Hi guys, LCFIF here, and welcome to my FIFA 20 88 Team of the Season Leno player review. Although he hasn't received a massive boost from his inform card going up +2 overall, the price of this card is fairly low to say he's now one of the best goalkeepers stat-wise in the Premier League. Anyways, you can see on screen this is the team I started him in, with Leno in goal. Robertson, Sanchez, Ogbonna and Pro in defence, Sané, Lineker, Kante, Rivaldo and Shaqiri in midfield, with Werner in attack. Leno's 6'3", he's right foot and has a 1-star skill move and 3-star weak foot. I use him with a basic chemistry style which boosts his diving and reflexes to 99 and his handling and positioning to 98. I'm not really sure why it says he's got 89 handle on his card, but 88 on this attributes page. Moving on to his traits, he only has the one and it's rushes out of goal. So starting off with the positives, the first thing I'm going to mention is his diving. He managed to get a whole range of different diving animations, including both one and two-handed saves. He was also capable of reaching shots at all different heights, and for those low to the ground, he did well to dive down and stop the ball with his hands. Unfortunately, I didn't face too many long shots, so I can't really talk about how he performs against them, but from the few he faced, he did a good job at making a strong diving save. Next is his reflexes, which for me is one of the best aspects of the card. He managed to save me so many times in one-on-one and close to goal situations, not to mention the fact I was playing in the weekend league, where people like to get close to your goal before shooting, and try to put themselves in positions which makes it almost impossible for your keeper to make a save. So the fact that Leno stood out in this area shows his ability in this stat. He can get down quickly to low shots even if the attacker is only a few yards away from him, and he did make a ton of one-handed saves that probably should have ended in a goal. His ability reminds me of using Stegen, and his reflexes are the reason why people hate playing against him, because he makes saves he shouldn't be able to make. His handling was surprisingly good for me, although it's in the high 80s and almost maxed out with a chemistry style. It's a stat this year that isn't the best unless it's in the mid to high 90s from my experience. However, Leno did well to keep onto a lot of shots both from inside and outside the box. Even powerful strikes at goal he managed to hang on to a few times, which stopped any chance of a rebound or easy corner. He seemed to get a save animation that only a few keepers have in this game, where he dives onto the ball rather than diving to push it away. Something you see Neuer do a lot in this game. His speed felt good in game, and at 60 it's more than fast enough for a goalkeeper even at this point in the year. He never let me down when it came to coming out, either to collect the ball or pressure my opponent into taking a shot early. Unlike some other keepers, his acceleration and sprint speed are well balanced, meaning he actually feels like he has 60 speed. What also helped with this is the fact he has a rushes out of goal trait, so he knows when he can come out and collect the ball, rather than being too overly cautious and allowing the attacker extra time in the box. He's perfect to use as a sweeper keeper, and at times he can play almost like another defender, which is a great ability to have. His distribution on the whole was good, his throwing is just normal really, and if used correctly, he shouldn't really have any problems. Kicking wise, it was both powerful and accurate enough out of his hands to boot it far down the field to start with counter attacks. Kicking off the floor in open play was also good. He managed to pass the ball off accurately with both feet, and he can kick the ball high up the field from the ground, which prevents the ball from hitting an attacker in close proximity to your goalkeeper. The final positive is his positioning, which despite being 88 in the card felt like it was in the mid to high 90s. The reason why I know it's so good in game was that a lot of the times the saves he made, it didn't really require him to move much from his initial starting position. This is most noticeable in close to goal situations, where combined with his reflexes makes him very difficult to beat. He also runs perfectly in line with the attacker when rushing him out, meaning he makes a lot of body block type saves. The other negatives I really have with this card are both very minor, one being that he doesn't have the saves with feet trait, which would have benefited him in some situations. That's not to say he won't ever make any saves with his feet, because he does, but having the trait allows him to happen more regularly and successfully against shots that otherwise might go in. The final negative, and the one that's a bit more of an issue, is that once you bring him out manually, he hesitates to go back in his goal. This sometimes works in his favour because the angle the opponent has to shoot at is tighter, but he's also still quite far off his line, which makes it easy for someone to chip or ball roll past him. I don't know if his rushes out of goal trait is what sort of overrides the normal decision to move back towards goal. It's like he's standing off his line waiting for the chance to rush out, and there's not much you can do other than leave him there and hope he moves back, or fully commit to bringing him out. But like I say, this only really happens when you manually bring him out, so it's an avoidable issue. So overall, I'm going to give 88 Team of the Season Leno a 9.5 out of 10. For me, he's been one of the best goalkeepers I've used in FIFA 20, and considering his price and his performance, he was a real bargain. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. And to request any future content, please leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to reply.